everyone, Ray the Dashing Womble here. Hope you've all had a great Friday, even though it's now Saturday. I'll start bashing my face again. Anyway, yeah, hopefully all the dashers earned pretty well last night. And if you're still out, hopefully you're still earning. Well, what a flipping night. Bloody hell, I started a little bit earlier tonight. Well, last night, excuse me. It's now 12:35-ish on a Saturday morning. So a little bit earlier than I normally am. Although I did get here a little while ago and then found myself looking at a cat video on YouTube. And then another cat video on YouTube. Anyhow, that's what happens when people send me videos. I start to watch them. And talking about bloody animals, tonight I'm driving down the road. We've had to get into everything. Went to Lion's Choice tonight, or last night, to have something to eat. And just before I carry on, Lion's Choice weren't too bad, I suppose. Except I had to listen to some twit that was rattling on about his bloody car. I think they had some car club meeting or something going on, talking about how much money they spent on all their cars, but whether they end up for flipping food, bloody Lion's Choice. Spend 150 grand on your car or some stupid price, and then you go and flipping go to some place like that. Anyhow, I only went there because I've got 35% cash back. So, get the Upside app. Upside, you not only get cash back on your on petrol, but you get it on food too. Go to a restaurant, like I said, and it fluctuates. We went to Lion's Choice last week, thinking Sunday last week, thinking I was going to get I think it was actually 37 or 38% cash back, but I'd only seen that a couple of days prior, and I guess it fluctuates every day. So anyway, when we got there, I think it was like 15 or 16% off, but we was right outside, so I said, let's go. But today, I checked before we left, just to see what was around, to go grab the sweep and keep in the area. And Lion's Choice popped up 35%. Whew, I love that there. Don't get a lot there, but you know. And that money's cash back goes into the Upside account, and you just get to just let it grow. I mean, you can cash it out whenever you like. Send it to your PayPal account, or there's various. You may get a. I don't know if there's a check available or not. Well, anyway, and you can get it put on a gift card. Maybe like various gift cards on there. I think Target's one of them, possibly Walmart. I saw Cabela's. I'm sure I did. Not that I'm a fan of going to Cabela's at all, but anyway, I saw that on there. And there's several others there. Applebee's might be another one. Anyway, so get that. It's all free. Just learn how to use it, and which ain't hard. And actually, I'll probably have to upload my receipt for Lion's Choice to get that. But it hasn't prompted me to do that yet. So, but it might. Although the last time I think it didn't ask me for it. Can't remember. Anyway, well, it's free money, and let it build up. By the end of, well, depending on how often you use it and where you use it, how much you get back, could do pretty well on that one. And I use it pretty much every time I go to get petrol. And yeah, it all mounts up. May only be a few pennies or whatever at a time, but it all mounts up. I've cashed out a couple of times on it this year. Anyway, yes, today, animals. I don't know if those little flipping creatures next door, I don't know what they're up to, but all I could see during the evening was chicken feet and paw prints. I don't know how the chickens got on the van. And I got chicken feet prints on the windscreen, and looks like a cat paw too. What were they, scrambling around after one another? Were they practicing the chicken dance or something? Look, every time I could go under a certain bit of light, all you can see is a paw print here and a chicken footprint over here. What in the world? Jeez. And it's only happened since like during yesterday sometime. I slept in a bit yesterday, but good grief. I told you, those flipping chickens next door are scoundrels. And I don't know where the cat came from, because the cat they have next door just stays in all the time. I don't know. Anyway, okay. So yeah, started about 5-ish yesterday, and it was pretty busy. Got pretty busy. First job was to Mint. I was over that way. I was close to it, and one came in from there, so I took that one. I don't think it's for a lot of money, though. Yeah, like $7 or something, but I took that one. And then on the way back, one came in for, what was it, two for, but offer came in for Pizza Hut and Rice Road. Turned out to be 2 orders. Anyway, and one was just like one pizza on its own. It was one order, and then the other order was one of those great big long boxes. Oh, it must be what, 25 inches long, maybe more than that, something like that. Maybe more. No, I think it's got to be more than that. Anyway, he's got various foods, I guess, in it, and then they had another box on it, which, I don't know, possibly chicken wings or something, I don't know. But anyway, so it had this bloody great big box, which I've got nothing to, for it to fit into. Got no insulated bag for it to fit into. Could get 2 bags and put it in, but, oh, what a pain in the bottom. It's an absolute pain in the arse when they get those. Oh, I hate those. But they got bags, special bags for those to fit at Pizza Hut, but DoorDash don't have them. And I'm trying to figure out how to make one, I suppose. Anyway, so got that one delivered. A lady was outside when I went and delivered that one, so she came down the steps and I handed her that, and then went on to the next house, which wasn't very far away, so delivered that one, and then was going to go. Oh, and one of the drivers at Pizza Hut, when I was getting ready to leave the first time round, they called after me. I've seen them several times there, and she said to stick by there tonight if I could, because they were short of drivers, and they were busy. They were busy. When I went inside there to go check on my order, like they got a television screen in there, and it shows you all the list of people's names with how long it's going to be in the oven. Anyway, but tonight, or last night rather, it was double-sided. I mean, that thing was packed. I've never seen it that way. It was absolutely bonkers in there. Anyway, got out of there and delivered those. But anyway, she said to stick by there. Well, I tried that. I went back that way because, well, that was the way to get back into, and they're right at the edge of that north end of town. So, and then an offer comes in, and it's for Wingstop. and it was paying pretty well. So I went, but it was for 2 orders, and I was about to turn into where Pizza Hut is, and I went, I'll just go straight. I'll do this Wingstop one, and so I went off and did that. Did eventually get back that way, but it was a little bit too late. I think I did another one. I might have done another one later on as well. I did quite a few orders. Did another mint as well. Did go to 54th Street, but that was later on. Actually, that was our last job. It was paying pretty well, and but it was coming close to home, so I went, that'll take us home. That'll be it for the night. And so that one brought us home. That was pretty handy. And they gave good directions on that one too. I think I've been to that house before, or maybe just one up that street. It's only a small road, but anyway, it made it pretty easy to find, and they actually had a porch light on. Went over to the Lakewood area, which is, if you're not familiar with it, it's quite a flipping posher neighbourhood. They've all got houses around the lake, so they're normally pretty nicer ones to deal with, nicer ones to go to. But I went up this street. I never knew this road was actually there. I'd never been up it before. And then I went up there once earlier on in the evening. Maybe that was one of the pizza ones. And then back there again tonight for, holy cracky, I can't remember what it was for. But anyway, went over there. And what's an absolute pain in the arse. I got to this house, and there was no porch light on. There was a light in the house, but there was no porch light on. It was overgrown a bit there, and I tried to shine the lights of the van on where I was going, but you couldn't really see where I was going from the driveway anyway, because of the way I'd parked basically. But and there was so much undergrowth around the steps and such, and there was some dustbins there. They had a couple of nice cars and that on there, but apparently clearing up their house ain't one of the things, or outside of it is one of the things to do. And then it was totally bloody dark up there, and it was at end of the road where they didn't have any Christmas lights that I saw. The other side of it, there was loads of them, places who've been lit up with bloody Christmas lights, but that side, no. But anyhow, so I go to walk up the steps, and it's got these old wooden steps and that to go up, and they've obviously been there for a while, and they've taken a battering from the weather, because they're a little bit worrisome to walk up. And combine that with it being so bloody dark up there, I was not happy. I was not happy in the slightest about that, because DoorDash is supposed to be sending reminders to people about switching on lights, and there was no light there. Luckily I had my torch as usual, so I was able to use that, but I had quite a bit to carry on as well. Oops, I did forget we're in my shift. Okay, it's the mile tracker thing. Anyway, prompted me, did I forget to end my shift? And yes, I did. Anyway, so yeah, I was not happy in the slightest with that house. Not in the slightest. They didn't even bloody try. Anyhow, I got that one delivered, and anyhow, took the picture and got back down to the van and went on my very unhappy way. Anyway, no animals tonight, unfortunately. One said that don't knock at the foot. I'd done a stacked order. The first one says, knock at the door. The second one says, don't knock at the door, the dogs go crazy. Well, I didn't have to knock at the door, but the dogs could hear me. Actually, the house with the dark, all in darkness had a dog too. Set that bugger off. Good. There might have been another one with it, but anyway. Don't know why flipping some people are so flipping stupid. All they had to do is switch a bloody porch light on. And if their porch light didn't flipping work, find something else to put out there. One time, last year I think it was, over the holidays, I went to a house and their porch light wasn't working, but they got a torch and put it up, pointing up towards the ceiling and switch it on. So I had that all lit up. At least they bloody tried. That was quite good of them to do that. But yeah, it's bloody ridiculous. But no, nothing really to note tonight. It was a fairly good evening, fairly dry. It was dry evening. The van says it's 40 degrees. I was running around in shirt sleeves. I did take a jumper out, but didn't bother about it. I pulled it off at some stage. Been debated every time I got kicked off of DoorDash because it didn't run for too long tonight. So I forgot to extend it, and anyway, so I got kicked off of that. And then when I tried to get back in again, which wasn't too much of an issue, but it comes up and it says, do I want to increase my acceptance rate? You can take it up to 50%. If you take it up to 50%, or at least 50%, whatever it is, you'll start getting better offers that are going to be at least $2 a mile. Why should I have to do that? I know that some others have done it, but I don't see, and my acceptance rate is not that brilliant. I think it's probably at 12%, 15% or something like that now. So I don't know, and I've only got a certain amount of time, which I think is Monday is the latest I can get it done. But I'm just really dubious about it. I really don't trust DoorDash. I wouldn't flipping trust DoorDash at all. And it's just something something's just keeping me further back from it. Yeah, I'd like to get some better orders, but I've been doing this flipping for about 14 months or more. And when I'm out there flipping like midnight flipping delivering for them, sometimes 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning. But why should I have to do that? I mean, just look at the time that some of these drivers, and some more committed drivers as well. I mean, there's drivers that are out there flipping 5, 6 o'clock in the morning that are out flipping delivering, and they'll deliver all flipping day long, and work flipping 7 days a week. I mean, yeah, most of the time I do work 7 days a week, but I generally don't start until about 4 or 5 o'clock time, depending on what things are happening and how I feel, or what the weather's like. But I really don't think DoorDash should be doing that. They're just playing games. Stupid game. Absolutely stupid game. I see there's quite a few new drivers that are on. You can certainly tell they're new drivers when you get over to the Mint. You can figure that out. Because the Mint, they've got a restaurant, and then they just got like a hole in the wall part of it, because they closed the restaurant, even though it says open on it still. But they just don't have the staff to run it. So they just got the bit where everybody goes in and picks the food up, and most of the time it's drivers, but there are private people that go there and pick their food up, or order from there and pick it up. But yeah, it's I wish they would open their restaurant, because I've seen plenty of people go over that way and then just walk off. They lose out quite a bit from what we see. But no, nothing really to report tonight. Nothing really going on. It's just a Friday night. Everywhere was busy for a while, and then it all petered off. Did go over to, went to the Pearl Tavern. That was an interesting one. Pearl Tavern, their host and hostesses, I don't know, I mean, you go up to them, each time I've gone in now, which is probably, maybe 3 times, at the very most, and they just say, I'll go to the bar. Why didn't you do it? You got flipping, a bunch of you flipping stood here, do it farting about. Why didn't you go do it? Why don't they have the food up by the host and hostess? Right there behind the flipping there. I mean, to go over to the bar isn't much further. I'm not complaining about that. But you try getting a hold of one of the flipping bar people or one of the wait staff that are rushing in and out of there, because the kitchen's right behind the bar. And it can be a pain to try and get him, and you're somewhat in the way of everything, and it's just if they had it all over by the host and the host part when you come in, if they had some tables or whatever around here, all they have to do is just pick it up and go, yeah, okay, this is your order, pick it up, gone. Or, no, hang on, it's going to be a few minutes. I mean, yeah, mine was for waiting a few minutes. I think it was about 5 or 10 minutes that I waited in there, but it was okay. But, and I got that one delivered too. That was actually turned out to be a catering order, that one. But no, yeah, that was pretty much it tonight. Nothing too, I mean, I'll put everything up here somewhere. There was lots of Christmas lights as well around tonight. I didn't take any pictures, I don't think, of any Christmas lights, unless I caught them in the camera somewhere, but no, I didn't take any pictures at all. So yeah, which is very unlike me. I normally take lots of pictures, but I'm sure there was something I took a picture of. Let's have a look. Well, seems all I took pictures of was the house that flipping was all in darkness. Well, when I took the picture, it looked like it was a bit brighter because I had my headlights still up there. And then there was a couple of houses that I dropped at, and they had dog statues on it. But I was taking pictures of the food next to the dog statue, so it wasn't like I just took a picture of their dog statue. One of those houses, well, what a pain in the rear end it was to find that. And it was at the bottom of a cul-de-sac again, and I don't know, somehow flipping things don't always seem to line up on those cul-de-sacs on the DoorDash map or whatever. And but also, be fair, the flipping app started to play up a little bit at that point as well, or just after that point. Maybe it was at that point, but anyway, so I had to dig around a little bit to try and figure out where that house was. But I don't know why people don't stick their head out the flipping window, out the door, because it would make things an awful lot quicker. They had several cars on their driveway, but I couldn't find the sodding number to that house either. It was I didn't see where it was. I ended up just like looking on the on the app for the numbers that were on the other houses, and then trying to follow it. But I couldn't find the bloody actual number on that house. I could only presume it was that one. No one wrote to say that it wasn't him, and no one came out to chase me off of it. But anyway, the porch light was on, which was handy. But not what everybody does. God, sorry. Put some hand sanitizer on. Not that it really matters now because I'm only going indoors, but I'd like to be a bit cleaner. But yeah, it's really nothing happened. But like I was saying about that acceptance rate, I'm still dubious. If anyone's done that, let me know. How did it go for yourself? I seen that what's his name, Dash and Grandpa had done it, but I can't quite remember how it went. And I think Pedro did it too, but maybe I'll have to contact both of them, or have a look through it, dig through their videos, but and see what happened. Anyway, no, tomorrow I'm going to be back out again, and of course Sunday I think the Chiefs play, and I think they actually start about 3 o'clock, if I remember, as I recall from hearing on the news on the telly. But I think that's when they start, so I'll be out early. I'm planning on being out earlier that day because I want to get some catering orders, hopefully. And then, well, I want catering orders all the time, but anyway. But yeah, it's normally especially good on a Sunday. But a Sunday at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, it's not as bad as having it at 7 o'clock or evening time, but it's still, people have still had a bit of a chance to get out and go have something to eat and not really order a whole lot. For just turn the eating up just a tad here, getting a bit on the chilly side. At least my boots are. But yeah, I mean, at 3 o'clock in the afternoon ain't so bad as a 7 o'clock. So we'll see how it goes. Tonight was busy. Lots of offers came in from Papa John's. I declined everyone. They tried doubling them up with other crazy offers I saw. There was some that came in from McShite down there, and what else was it down there that weren't, something else was coming through that weren't paying enough. And I guess drivers were not picking up those orders because they were just not paying enough, because they just kept coming through. I know darn well I wasn't going to pay. And for Papa John's, I wasn't going to go there early in the evening. I mean, yeah, about, not this time because it's shut. Well, I'll be a bit quicker now, but anyway. It's it's hard to gauge them because they just don't have their act together down there. As I said before, they just couldn't organise a piss up in a brewery, that lot, for the most part. Sometimes there's a team there that will get stuff done, but I'm not going to go there in the evening, on a Friday evening in the middle of the dinner hour or dinner time, or on a Saturday, and certainly not in the middle of a cheese game would I go anywhere close to that, because it's just not worth it. I'd go into Pizza Hut. Pizza Hut were absolutely bombarded yesterday. Bombarded with, and they didn't have lots of drivers, but they called in flipping DoorDash. There was a couple of DoorDash people that were drivers that were in there when I went in. One just walked in just before me, and then another walked in behind me. I mean, we were getting in and out of there. It's just, and then I went in there tonight and walked straight in, and the food was coming, the pizza was coming out the oven. I mean, they have it down to a T down there. Yeah, sure, they've been behind and I've waited 5 or 10 minutes, but there's somewhere to wait there. And they know who you are when you're in there, so they'll call out to you. But at Papa John's, I can't, this just doesn't work like that down there. It's just a pain. But anyway, so I avoid it. I'll go there like later on in the evening after the dinner hour, but even then I'm a bit skeptical. But anyway, alright, anyway, enough's enough. Hopefully you'll watch the video that I did last night of the guard dog. Yeah, go back and have a look at that one. Maybe I'll put a link to it at the bottom of here or somehow or other. But that one's a fun one. Anyway, yep, so as usual, hit the thumbs up button if you like the video. Hit the subscribe button if you would. Both of those actions help the channel grow. Actually starting to grow, I see a little bit more. Picked up a couple of subscribers, so thanks to everyone for going through the pain and watching through my videos. And I've got something else coming soon. Something different coming soon. Just have to wait. Be very soon, actually. Anyway, also hit the bell icon if you need to be warned of when the videos come out, when new videos come out. And yes, I did say warned. Alright, anyway, thanks for watching, and hopefully all the dashers and Uber Eaters and everyone else, all the gig appers get their are able to make some money. And hopefully everyone leaves a bloody porch light on to make it a lot easier for us. Because the last thing you want is a ripping dasher or your food to be flattened because you've been not bright enough to turn the bloody porch light on. And there's always an obstacle in the way. Always an obstacle. Mine tonight was that actually there was a few obstacles. One was that it was overgrown now. Not the worst I've ever seen. And it was the steps have been absolute rotten. So again, not the worst I've ever seen, but certainly not the best. Alright, anyway, thanks again for watching, and keep safe. Cheers. Ta-da.